This is the Unbreakable Golfers podcast, where we're shining a light on your pain and weakness and how it is affecting your positions, your power, and your performance on the golf course.
Is that even really working hard? I'm John Seaton, and I've been in golf performance for over a decade. So let's define what hard work is. So Titleist Performance Institute, if you was to go through their junior course, they have like different schools that start from sort of like 5-6 years old, goes all the way up into what they call elite development. Now when you get to elite development, these are players that obviously are trying to either get on tour, or they're doing college golf, or whatever it is the plan is of what they're trying to do. They are trying to put in the work of elite work. Now these are young men. Now they say that each week they expect their players in their EDP level 3 program, which is obviously like the last sort of level, they expect their players to play 54 holes a week, being obviously 3 18 hole rounds rather than obviously 9 hole rounds, obviously, which is going to take about 12 hours per week. Then practice wise, they need to do a minimum of 3 2-hour training sessions, which is roughly around 6 hours a week. On top of that, they need to do the classes that you sort of structure for their full body stuff. They need to do a minimum of 3 2-hour long pre-EDP classes. Again, this comes out to roughly 6 hours a week. And then from a training point of view, a minimum of 4 1-hour training sessions in a gym, which is another 4 hours. So the total volume of hours across the body and the golf swing is 28 hours. So 28 hours per week to maintain and get better in their elite development program. Obviously the version level 3 program, obviously level 1, level 2, level 3, so this is the highest. Now in Unbreakable Golfers, basically, depending on how you set it up, the plan is that you should be able to get your Unbreakable front 9 done in roughly an hour, depending on what you're eating and how deep you go with your training. So let's say you're looking at a minimum of 1 hour per day. Now, when I speak to people and they say, well, I can't do an hour a day. You ain't got no hour. I haven't got an hour in my day. Well, of course you haven't, because you're not prioritising an hour in your day. But if you start with one thing, which is 15 minutes, and then you find another thing that you can blend together, and they have 2 or 3 things that are 20 minutes, and then you slowly build on it, you will find an hour in a day, and you get to the point you become addicted to it, because you are seeing the growth in your body and your mind as well as your golf, or whether it's either you're growing in golf or you're maintaining your golf if you're not playing. The result, the outcome, far weighs out the work you got to put in. Now I use this example because people say, well, let's say for instance you don't do weekends, which I would advise you do anyway, but let's say you don't do weekends. You're looking at 5 hours a week to maintain and get better across your mind, body and golf, and you will do that. It's not a lot of time to put in. Now you compare it to, don't get me wrong, these are elite players and they're trying to get there, but these are people that are still going to school. These are people that are still even probably doing other stuff outside of that, and they're at like nearly 30 hours a week to maintain their status. It's not a lot of time. It's about defining what hard work is. So one of the things we do inside Unbreakable Golfers is we stack our stories. So basically we take, whether it be the switch move, whether it be the action taker, whichever one it is you go through, you would question your beliefs and work through your stories, because it's your stories that will ultimately hold you back. So if someone says they work hard, and then they work with someone who works harder, it gives them the ability to reevaluate what hard work actually is. It's no different to if you ever decide you want to go into the gym and you're going to start working out in the gym, and you're doing 45 minutes 3 times a week, but yet those 45 minutes that you're doing are not high intense hard work. It's walking to one machine, chatting to your mate. You're probably only really doing a few sort of sets of minutes, of exercise and then you feel you're working hard, and then you speak to someone who's training for 2 hours every single day and they've got results that you can't only dream of, then you would go, right, okay, now I can see what hard work is. So that being said, an hour a day isn't really a lot of hard work. And bearing in mind, you're not working out for an hour a day. It's an hour a day to do a minimum to do your entire Unbreakable front nine. Some of that is meditation, some of that is questioning your beliefs, some of that's looking at your targets, some of that is actually consuming the food that's built for you, and then a small amount of time on working out. But obviously if you want higher level results, you'll increase those numbers. So, a couple of questions for you. So question number 1. Where do you believe that you are working hard to get a result that you've been unable to get, when really if you was to check the numbers and compare it to people that have the results you want, you would see that your level of work is nowhere near the level of work needed to get the results you want? Follow-up question. What is the one thing that you can do today that you can take 15 minutes out of your day, whether it across your mind, your body or your golf, where you can just focus on doing that every single day, and you know if you just put the work in, you would get the results that have so far eluded you? Now, if you want to get involved with the free 6-week power plan, then go to unbreakablegolfers.com, follow the signs for the golf mob, and sign up to that and get the results that you would need in 30 days, guaranteed. If you do the work that's in there, you'll get the results you want. Now, good luck.
For more information on golf performance, by increasing your power, by getting in better positions, by working on your body and mind, go to unbreakablegolfers.com and sign up to the free asset.